Don White, we're at the LCO College. You've been involved in bringing an environmental film series. This is the second one in the series, and today we heard about water, a movie called Flow. And we were just talking, you were saying you have really, really great water on the res. Tell us about that water at your house.
Well, I am very grateful for the water at my house. It's just a mile from the school here. I'm very fortunate. I have a very short commute to work because I work here at the college. My water at my house is very sweet. It's not sweet tasting, but it just, I can feel I guess just the essence of the land and the purity of the land in my water at my house, which is a well water. I don't know how technically clean it is, but I'm very grateful for the water, the clean water that I have. It feels good when I drink it. I bring my water to work with me. I try to tell my girls to be very frugal with the water and be very grateful for our water. And they agree that it is the best water. We go anywhere and we always compare the taste of the water, and our water is very, very outstanding.
You know, several years ago I saw a semi going down Highway 41. It said Buffalo Don's Pure Spring Water. And this movie, Flow, tells us about this giant effort by multinationals to privatize water around the world. What was the impact of this movie on you today? The name of the movie is Flow.
Well, I watched the movie, a little bit of the movie before. And at the time, it was summer and I was at home, and it was a free movie by Sundance. And I was watching these people suffering, and their water was very polluted. It was very obvious, very discolored. And the reason why their water was polluted was because the companies were basically hoarding the water, giving them their wastewater. And of course, people were getting sick, and then they were selling the water back to the community. And of course, they're poor people. They can't afford the clean water that the companies provide or sell. And it's being that we're right here, right next to Lake Superior, and they're thinking about building the plants that harvest oil out of the sands, and they're going to put it next to Superior, Lake Superior, and what that is going to do to our lake, which is where the Ojibwe people come from. It's really infuriating, and it concerns me. And there's mercury in our lakes. I have friends that, are feeding their babies, that are eating those fish, and it's really critical that people become aware of the effects of not only pollution, but also the privatization of water and where this water is actually coming from. The bottles that are containing the water are going into landfills, and the plastic is leaching into the water. The movie was a really fabulous, I think, attention getter on what is happening to water, not only, the water that we just buy, but how that is affecting the whole world. And it's not a crisis that we are personally experiencing here at LCO, but what we are doing by buying that water is actually supporting that globalization and that takeover of water by multi-million-dollar companies who are profiting, and the communities are getting nothing at all. In fact, their environment is degrading. So it was just a really eye-opener for me. I actually got to sit and watch the whole movie. The movie's Flow by the Sundance Film Festival. They just did a fabulous job, and I recommend it to everybody. And we had a really great turnout today. There were about 4 or 5 classes that actually participated in watching the movie. So, and some community members. And then we had the women's water song preceding the movie. which is it's a woman's song, that women are the caretakers of the water, and it was given to the people many years ago, and it has actually been revived by someone who had a vision, a dream, and they kept building on it, and it has been revived. I know lots of ceremonies that people are bringing that water song back, and it's to be sung on the ice. It was the original intention, on the 13th moon, and it's for the healing of the water, and the water is everywhere. It's in the air, it's in the earth, it's in of course the lakes and streams, but it's in our bodies, it's in our children's bodies. It is ubiquitous, it's everywhere, and it's sacred, and it should remain sacred, and just, the air that we breathe, all the resources that we use to sustain ourselves, it's just very critical and needs tending and needs attention once again.
This is Nick Vanderpy and Don White for IndianCountryTV.com.